Hi everyone! In this video, I will be showing you how I made this pony version of Adagio Dazzle. She is one of the Dazzlings from the My Little Pony Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks movie. To make her forelock, cut out a rectangular piece of clay and press it onto her head. Lightly mark the center point. Now trim it into a V shape. Smooth out any rough edges. Cut out another rectangular piece of clay, press it onto the back of her head. Now trim the end to the desired shape. Smooth out any rough or uneven edges. For her necklace, roll out a thin log of clay and wrap it around her neck. Use the leftover clay to make the bail, the part that connects the gem pendant to the cord. To make her bangs, cut out two rectangular sheets of clay, then trim off pieces of clay to create the shape of her bangs. Once it's in the shape that you want, smooth out the uneven edges. Now do the same for the other side. When they're finished, attach them to her head. You can use a toothpick to create the lines, or you can paint it on later. Let's move on to her crest. Since her crest is really big and poofy, I'm gonna use aluminum foil for the core. This way I'll use less clay and it'll weigh less. Wrap sheets of clay around the core until you get the crest to the size and shape you want. Alright, let's see what it looks like on the pony. Once it's in the shape you want, use a similar tool to create the puffs of hair all around. This is what it should look like when you're done. Now attach a thin strip of clay here for her hairband. To make the spikes, roll out a log of clay, cut it into smaller pieces. Taper one end by rolling it with your finger. Trim off any excess. Then make 4 more. For her tail, I used the same method as the crest. I started with an aluminum core and wrapped clay around it until I got the shape I wanted. Then I used this tool to create these puffs of hair. All the sculpting is now finished. Before you can start painting, the clay pieces must be baked or air dried depending on the type of clay you'll be using. Let's start painting. Adagio's tail is a dull orange color. I mixed Apple Barrel's apricot with a very small amount of cool blue to get this color. This is after 3 layers of paint. I'm using yellow for the streak. This is after 3 layers. I did the same for the other side. Before I paint her coats, I'm going to glue on her tail. This way the tail is glued to the pony and not the paint. Adagio's skin color is light yellow. Yellow Flame is the lightest yellow color I have, so I had to mix in some white to lighten it. I'm using metallic gold for the bail and black for the cord. This is after 3 layers of paint. Let's move on to the eyes. This is after 3 layers of each color. I've painted on her cutie mark. If you've watched my other custom videos, then you should know that I don't film the painting of the cutie mark because it's too difficult to do with the camera in front of me. For her mane, I'm using the same colors that I use for her tail. This is after 3 layers. I'm using a dark purple color for her hairband. Let's finish painting the rest of her mane. I've painted the spikes light yellow and glued them onto the hairband. Now the crest is ready to be glued on. I've used red clay to make her gem pendant. If you want to give your gem that shiny appearance, brush on a layer of gloss sealant. Alright, this custom Adagio Dazzle is now finished. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Follow me on Instagram if you want to know what pony I'll be working on next. And if you want to watch my other pony tutorials, then click on the images that are on the screen or visit my channel. Thanks for watching!